this morning, this evening, for being with us. We thank you for the life you have given us, the blessings you have given us. Lord, as we are going to start our webinar, we ask you to bless each one of us, especially to bless our speaker, so that he may able to share his knowledge, to share his ideas to us. Bless each one of us with your spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite Dr. Rajagani sir for the formal welcome address.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to everyone present here. I myself, Dr. K. Rajagani, on behalf of the St. Joseph University, would like to welcome our chief guest, Dr. R. Harikrishna Raj, Principal, Padmavani Arts and Science College, Tamil Nadu. He is working towards connecting young students towards success and achievement. We are grateful to you, sir, for accepting the invitation and becoming our chief guest of today event. So next, I would like to welcome all the participants and faculties. It's a moment of great pleasure for me to welcome you all and thank you for giving me such an opportunity. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your warm welcome. Now I would like to invite Dr. Lanchila ma'am for introducing our chief guest to the speaker. Ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. I hope I'm audible, sir. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Your voice is clear.
Okay, thank you. A very good afternoon to one and all. And first of all, my deepest and sincere thanks to the organizing committee, our IIC convener, Dr. M. Saladarai, sir, for giving me this opportunity to welcome our resource person for today. So without any further delay, it is my pleasure to introduce to you all our resource person for today, our speaker, Dr. R. Harikrishnan Raj, Principal, Padmavani Arts and Science College for Women, Tamil Nadu, who will be delivering his lecture on the topic, A Creative Idea Can Make Your Life. Our esteemed speaker is a specialist in microbiology and academic records of 22 years of experience as a principal in different colleges, a professor, associate professor, assistant professor, and a lecturer. His expertise area is in the field of molecular and microbial physiology, virus cultivation, and animal cell line studies. Apart from that, he has presented paper and published articles in various international and national journals and in national level. Not only that, he has represented India as a cultural ambassador to Victoria State in Australia and received training in vocation for 42 days. He also supervised for 148 dissertation students of MSc microbiology. He was also approved guide for MPhil microbiology. He supervised and guided 54 MPhil research scholars. Congratulations, sir, for your achievement.
Is my screen presentable to you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, good. So I would like to talk about a creative idea that can make your entire life. And I am Dr. Harikrishna Raj, as Dr. Chelladurai said. So, and when you start with some good ideas, dear students, for you, that's very important. When you start with new idea, you have to be unique with your business ideas. You have to stand out and you have to succeed. So for standing out, you need to be conspicuous. You need to be separately seen by everybody. Your ideas should stand out clean and neat. And that is very important first. So once you start with an idea, you will have a lot of trouble that as we had yesterday. And as we had yesterday, and again, no, we should not stop with it. We need to continue with our ideas. That is what I am doing it now. So I hope you will also do the same thing. So entrepreneurship, however you pronounce, I pronounce as entrepreneurship, you can say it as entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship? Would you like to become an entrepreneur? And I would like to have an interactive session, dear students. So you can open your mic and if you would like to talk. Is my accent understandable? Dear students,
Please.
you can answer me. Is there anybody who can answer me, dear students?
It's not a very difficult. Yeah.
So, is my accent of English understandable to you all?
Yes, sir, it is understandable.
Yeah, whoever has answered, but thank you, many thanks, dear student. And your good name, please.
Dinesh.
Dinesh, okay, nice. So I would like to have an interactive session because rather than, I don't want to become a computer, I don't want to become a radio or a TV, just talking alone on its own. Whether either the opposite person is listening or not, I just keep talking. What is the use of doing that? So I would like to you all to be interactive. I hope there are plenty of participants here. So, and what is entrepreneurship? So that is what I have given here. It is a critical and basic need for the Indian business and economy. Now, so entrepreneurship is what you have to become a critical thinker and you have to have all the basic needs fulfilled before getting into an entrepreneurship. So you have to take the initiative. First, the initiative is a creative idea that you have, that you give a creative idea and getting into new tasks and you make a good entrepreneur and you have to be in the competition in the Indian market. You have to sustain yourself. So to sustain yourself, you have to be very strong and you have to be very competent. So, and to become an entrepreneur, first thing, distinguish among different types and source of startup ideas. Is there anybody who is having a startup idea? Again, I don't want a quite set of audience. I don't want a quite set of friends. Okay. I hope I have to continue on my own. So is there everybody who has muted up their mic, muted up their videos and they've gone and looked after your work? So I'm not talking for that case here. I'm here to motivate you to get into a good idea wherein you can learn a lot, what kind of business you can indulge in, what kind of business you can trust up. Because when you are into a business, when you are becoming an entrepreneur, you can work at your convenient time and you can employ many. But if you are an employee, you have to work for somebody and somebody else will grow and your growth will be shunted. If that is okay, if you want to become an entrepreneur, you can join with me. And you have to discuss. The first role, to become an entrepreneur is to work hard, is to talk with each other, to identify what you require. Okay, so I am not receiving any response here. I think everybody is busy doing their own job. Okay, so first thing is you have to learn some goals. You have to distinguish different types and sources of startup ideas. So you need to have a startup idea, like you need to excuse me, you need to start up a business. What you need is you need to sell some microscope. To sell your idea, you need to sell your idea first. And you have to also find out what is the marketing potential of your startup idea. You have to check, for example, if you are starting a petrol pump, where do you want to put up this petrol pump or a petrol station or a petrol bunk, whatever you call it as, where do you put it up? So you need to first go through a survey. Survey is how many vehicles cross through that place. If there are plenty of vehicles crossing through that place, so that means you have a good potential of getting that petrol bunk run successfully. If you don't have even 5 or 10 vehicles driving through that road, that is not going to be a good successful business. You are not in a good idea. So if you need to market your chicken, you mean the chicken needs to be different from a normal chicken that is being vended out in the market. So you need to have some different things. So how you are going to market your chicken? Your chicken can be nutritionally modified. So that is what you need to think. That is an innovative thinking. Rather than being normal, you have to have an innovative thinking, and you have to generate good ideas, and you have to have a high potential for startup. Whether you have high potential or you don't have low income, or if you don't have no income potential, so that has to be identified. Okay, you have to go through the analysis both externally and internally. Okay, and that will give you the venture of opportunity that you have. And you have to give a broad strategy option and focus strategy. You have to focus on the that can work out with your entrepreneur building sessions. So you need to work out a strategy before starting up a new business. So start just, Abdul Kalam has said, dream high. Dream, dream, dream. So you need to dream every time into becoming an entrepreneur. What kind of business can you potentiate into? What kind of business can you capacitate into? There are millions and millions of business throughout the world. What is a business that you are going to capitalize? That is very important. Okay, so and you have to find out, you have to screen those business ideas, and with great potential you have to access the feasibility, whether it is possible to run up that particular business. That is your goal. First set up a goal to start up a new idea, and you have to develop a startup idea. So first you have to identify the opportunity, you have to recognize the opportunity. So what are the new products or services that may lead to a promising business? What are the new products that are available in the market? Can anybody say me an example of a new product that has brought big success, or any new service? If so, anybody is available? Hello? Is there anybody available?
Yeah, Mr. Dinesh.
Only Dinesh is available always. Others feeling shy, don't want to become an entrepreneur. I think St. Joseph's University has made a mark through an IIC, Institutions Innovation Council, to create an impact lecture. So, and this lecture is just mere lecture so far, and to create an impact, I need an audience who can interact very well with me, so that it will be a great success. We can do wonder together. Just a clap with one hand is not going to raise any noise. You need to work out together. Whatever. There are plenty of new products and services that can, today YouTube is trending, right? YouTube businesses. You create a new video, you post it, when it is viral, you get the market, you hit the market. So you make a wonderful business sitting out at home. You can work out at your convenient timing. So, and people expect more from you again. They expect more posts from you. Are you giving up the same good post from? So anybody into YouTube business, YouTube video making? No. Okay. So you should have an alertness, no? You should have an alertness. Find out those unnoticed businesses. Okay, peep into every node. See what business prospect you can run into. If there is a particular place where there is a potent market availability for food industry, you have to capitalize on it. You have to immediately capitalize and quickly, without any wrongdoings or any flaws, you have to start up with an initial idea. So what product or service that needs to be identified? You have to serve the consumer need. So first of all, you have to satisfy who is your consumer. You have to satisfy them, and you have to find out what are the benefits that the consumer will gain because of our product, or because of our idea, because of our service. Any service even is a very good business. Any service, you can market your brain on it. Okay, and you can also afford to a large group of potential customers. Customer building is very important. So once you are ready with your startup ideas, you have to go with lot of potential customers, creating a new business. So to develop a new business, okay, you have to develop a commercial market. So you need to develop, today business, e-commerce is also trending today. So in e-commerce, Amazon, Flipkart, people market plenty of things. Excuse me for that. People market a lot of things into, have you marketed anything in Amazon, Flipkart or any other e-commerce sites? First of all, motivate yourself to start a business. If you need to motivate yourself, please do come and talk with me. Okay, I'll leave you my number. You can get it from Dr. Chelladurai sir if you want. So leave him a positive report at least. So if you are not shy to talk with me, just you can leave that. You have to find out those unique resources that are available. So separate, special resources are available. And you have to also find out what is the commercial value in the market for your new product and service. Okay, and you have to have the urge of challenging the succeeding on your own. Even if you fall, an entrepreneur, what is the difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman or a businesswoman? So once you are into business, that is a business. But once you become an entrepreneur, you are responsible for your own financial gains and losses. So it is an entire thing to become an entrepreneur or a technopreneur. So all those things just requires a self kickstart or a motivation, and you need to start up a business. And to avoid undesirable features of existing companies. So you should also check out the negative impacts in the company. The negative impacts should not affect you. So I've given some new ideas. So what are the types of ideas that can develop into startup, into a new market? For example, in new market, targeting the new age beverage market by selling soft drinks with nutritional value. Soft drinks are being sold out everywhere. Soft drinks, anybody, can any example of soft drink that you know? Can you just give me an example of a soft drink? Does anybody know Pepsi, Coke, Thumbs Up, Sprite, Fanta, Mirinda? A carbonated beverage. Okay. You can also go for any fruit drinks with some nutritional value. So you can also provide health benefits in that. If you market a soft drink, I have my students who are into soft drink business, who are into cookies business, who are very big business potentials, who are the managing directors of Moon Foods and Jewel Foods, and they run around 20 crore rupees business in Tamil Nadu. Okay. They started with a mere minimal investment. Now they've grown into a 6 crore rupee company. So that's a big mass development in just 3 years of span. So how do you develop such kind of market? So creating the difference, that is your idea. So that is what is your idea. If you implement a new technology, you use high-tech computers, you develop a simulated helicopter ride. So instead of riding a helicopter, you can sit and you can feel how a helicopter ride will be. You can just, virtually simulate a helicopter ride. Virtual planetariums are there. Virtual rocket rides are there. So how many of you know that you can feel, in Earth, you can feel how you make it up in the space. So all these things are possible. Okay, and you can also develop a personal listing device to keep workers cool. So new benefits can be provided to the workers because the students you can also give something which can help the student community. if you are very much bored by this presentation, so what you can do is, you can provide an entertainer in between. An entertainer is what you can provide a break, or you can provide an entertainer in between, and you can give this presentation at the convenience of any student. So that will also, because you are too busy that it will be disturbance now. And common sources of startup ideas, you should require around 45% of prior work experience, whichever you are exposed to, because a new one might create mistakes, and mistakes are always to improve. Failure is always a stepping stone for success, but still, prior work experience will give you more good ideas, common startup ideas. So whatever you are interested in, whatever you are trusted up in, whatever you are expertised in, so, and you should also have personal interest in it, and there should be a chance of happening. You cannot dream, right? You cannot dream a buffalo to run a flight. So that can't happen. So if you dream that a buffalo is going to ride a flight, and if you are going to capitalize that, that is not going to happen. So there should be at least a possibility, a 10% possibility of that, your dream, that can happen. So dreams can be of any sort, but not all dreams can be a successful one. And you should also take up the suggestion of your near and dear one, your family, your friends, and everybody. So their suggestions are also very, very important. And education is also a part, and you are all educated from a good university, St. Joseph's University, and taking up a part of family business is also a very wise idea. So you can work with your family business also if you want. So friends or relatives to support you is an added advantage. So all these things together might bloom up your startup ideas. So you have to have some innovative thinking to generate a new business idea. You have to borrow ideas from existing products and services or other. Copying is never wrong if you are genuine in it. Copying is never wrong if you are genuine. If you take, for example, if somebody is doing a marketing of whatever, say for example peanuts or a cookies or a chocolate, you can find out your own new chocolate in a better way, in a better quality, with a better flavor and taste and aroma. So that can win the hearts of many people, and so naturally you win. If you see a supermarket, there are a lot of supermarket in the neighboring community, but still every supermarket runs. Each and every supermarket is different in their own way of doing business. In what way are you different from others? That is alone going to elevate you, and that alone is your different business idea. That innovative thinking will make you hit in the market. You can always combine two businesses into one and create a market opening. And also, you can also have multiple business ideas, because if so one business is going to flop, the other is always going to be there to help you. See, take for example Ratan Tata, Dhirubhai Ambani. They are not ending up with one single business. They are into multiple business. So you know Ambani, right? Everybody knows Ambani. They are not into a simple business. They are into life sciences. They are into telecom. They are geo. They are into insurance sector. They are into cricket, IPL. They are into multiple business. Tata is with the Tata Waters, Tata Salt, Tata Motors, Tata Insurance, whatnot. So they are into multiple, Tata Steel. See, there are plenty of people. Bajaj is not alone with scooters, not alone with vehicles. They are into Bajaj Allianz Insurance. Okay, so they are into many. Take whatever you want. They are into multiple business. To become a successful entrepreneur, think about multiple areas, because everything will support each other. One business of yours, one business idea of yours will support another business of yours. And when you are into multiple business, you give opportunity to plenty, and you have a work satisfaction. Okay, you have to think about every problem in the mind. So think about every problem. in your mind and try to solve it. And you also recognize a very hot trend and ride the wave. Hot trend is sense, why do they run a commercial with an actress who is popular? At least you can name an actress or an actor who is popular in your place, in Nagaland. Hello, good afternoon everybody. Good afternoon to those who are not listening and to those who are sleeping. Dear students, are you there? No. So I think nobody is listening.
Kindly respond, some of you.
Only Dr. Chelladurai sir seems to be responding to me. Anyway, thank you Chelladurai sir. At least you have responded.
Sorry, sir, sorry.
No issues. There should be I hope you will record these videos and hope students get benefited even after the session is over. Maybe during their convenient time they can make use of this video, and I hope this can motivate at least a single person to become an entrepreneur. I hope it will serve the purpose. At least
sure, sir. It will happen in the near future.
So you have to find out a trend, right? You have to market it with the trend, and you have to explore many ways to improve the existing product, service and function and the performance of what your business is. And you also have think about the customers' activities, how customers act, what is the basic need. Take for example, if you take rubber, rubber is used in every family, where you use it in tires, in all vehicles, rubber, retreading business are big. And you also have to adapt that service or product to meet the customer needs in different ways, and you also find out a product or service that can also be expanded. So that should not be confined to a particular place, it has to be expanded. And you should also have subscriptions, you should also be able to rent it, you should also be able to give money in advance. So cash should be a sharing economy. So there should be sharing, and product or service should be environmental friendly, it should be green, and you should also keep an eye on the developing technologies. So all those technologies are very important. You should also have an analysis of what your business is. So you have to study the context of ventures, the business ventures, and identify the business idea, whether it is a suitable opportunity or not. And you should also consider the environment, the encompassing factors so you might have an effluent, you might have an output from your idea that should not contaminate the environment. You might run an industry that should not affect the neighbors, and you should also be a competitive environment, and you should also focus on the strength quotient, and you also have a positive mood so that you develop as an industry. And in the general environment, it should also satisfy the political, legal, socio-cultural, demographic, economic, global and technological environments, because they all run together with you. And you also should combat the threat of new competitors. You should also have the combat the threat of substitute products or services that are available, and you should bargain. Bargaining power of suppliers is more. People may come and bargain. If you sell a product for 10 rupees, they might ask you for 2 rupees, which cannot be afforded. But the bargaining power of suppliers is more, and you have to maintain your quality to retain in the market. Okay, and you should also have maintain the bargaining power of buyers, and you should have your own attractiveness and profitability in the target market. So they are all the major onsetting marketing attractiveness. So marketing attractiveness is very, very important, and your environment is always competitive. Whoever gets into a business, they are competed openly. You will have different competitors. So who are the unique resources do they control? What are the strengths, weakness? That has to be, you have to analyze the competitors' strengths, weakness, resources, how they respond, and what is your decision to enter into the industry and how you respond to their ventures. Okay, and you should not exploit the opportunity given, and they might never ever sympathize you to exploit your opportunity. So be very careful once you start with your business opportunity. Okay, they are always an alternative for each and everything. So form an alliance if required if you cannot compete with them. Forming an alliance is also one idea of expanding your market, and you also should evaluate your market opportunity. So inside out analysis should be done. How much internal competitive before you get into an idea, you have to analyze what ideas can make. Ideas can make wonders, and these wonders have to be evaluated properly. Whether it is going to give out a profitable market to us. If you are going to give into a profitable market, you are a successful entrepreneur. To become a successful entrepreneur, you should also think about the tangible resources which is easily seen, and there are also some intangible resources which cannot be seen, which cannot be felt, but that might influence your business. Okay, there are many firms that can conduct businesses, and you should also think about your routine process, and you should be capable of creating a routine. Routine is doing a certain thing daily. You should be capable of doing it. No, lack of manpower can affect it. Lack of sources can affect it. It should not happen in case of market. It should be readily available. It should be available in advance, in stock. So, and you have to have a SWOT analysis. You have to analyze before getting into an idea, into business. First, analyze your strength, weakness, what are the possible opportunities and what are the threats. So that is SWOT analysis. So, and this firm strategic situation alone will identify whether you can march into that and match the venture into this competitive world. So you have to have personal experience, you have to have some interest, passion, skill, and you have to have some unique capabilities, and you should also consider the environment, industry and competitive environment, and you have to work out. And always have a strategy, a plan of action that can coordinate resources and commitments of an organization to achieve superior performance. Without a strategy, you have to plan things before you get into action. Plan things before you get into action. Regardless of the decision you take, you have to have firm plans and firm decisions that alone can win customers and that can throw away your competitors. And you should also be sustainable in the competitive advantage, and you have to sustain when you have a competitor, and in an industry position you have to stay for a long time. So staying for a long time is one winning the business. Always be sticking on the business. Okay, and there are plenty of things, strategies, cost-based strategy. You can reduce your market price but not compromise in your quality, and you can also have differentiation. See, show that it is different, your product is different, your idea, your service is different from others, and you should also focus on what you are up to, focus on the strategy. So all these things can capture the opportunities that are available. Focus strategies is you focus on to a single subset of a customer. You focus on to the single satisfaction of the customer, where the customer will require a lot from a particular thing. Single product or single size. Limit your market to a particular geographical region and don't get into wide places, and concentrate always on the product quality and the superiority and its services. So before getting into idea screening, the strength of business ideas in India, target your market and customers, and you should also have a competitive industry, and you should have always a niche of advantage in whatever you do, and you have to have a big capability, and you should also have some capital requirement and venture performance. There are certain fatal flaws that can trouble you, so please be careful about the market factors and management capability, and you might render up into a disaster if you are not checking out what are your fatal flaws. Is your startup idea possible? Is it feasible? So preliminary assessment of business idea will help you about and envision that might succeed. So what are major blows or flaws where you can render your business unsuccessful? So acceptance. So people might not accept your product or service, and it might not be easily accessible, and the growth and the size, the power of competitors might be more, the strength of competitive advantage is also more. Okay, so all these things, and you should also think about the startup cost. Startup cost might be more, so that can also trouble you. So, and what are the feasibility? So you should also render your market micro level feasibilities, macro level feasibilities, understanding of success factors, personal connections. You have to develop your personal connection. You have your repeated customers. So repeated customers is very important, and you should be attractive in the industry, and you should have your own separate market potential in the macro level, and you should always have a niche over others, and you should be ahead in the competition always. And you should also have the dimensions of the management. So dimension is you should be in a comfort level, and you should be in the minimal risk, and you should also have a leader's grasp always. You should have good workers and keep your customers and your workers happy before getting into connected with all those leaders who can make this venture work. There are plenty of micro, small and medium enterprises, MSME, which is giving you funds, small startups funds, and those business funds, investment enterprises can help you in starting up business if you don't have capital for business. So Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana is also, it was started in 8th April 2015, and loans up to 10 lakh being provided for non-corporate, non-farm, small micro enterprises. So if you are ready with your idea, these people are ready to give you money, loan you money, and that can be capitalized into commercial banks. There are plenty of small finance banks, MFIs, NBFS, all these things. You can just Google up, and small industries corporation like National SCST Hub, credit support, marketing infrastructure support is being given, event management, marketing support is also being given. So these are all some of the schemes offered by National Small Industries Corporation, who can support your businesses very well and fund your businesses very well. So I'm now going to have a coffee. Is there anybody who would like to join? Or just I have to think about with my own ideas of getting into my business. So I'll deal with you later. So I'm having a moment, I'm going to have a moment with my coffee. So, and that is my short presentation. Still, I apologize for the inconvenience caused yesterday, and I hope it would have not troubled you much, and hope this presentation would have helped or motivated at least a single person. I thank from whole of my heart to Dr. M. Chaladurai sir. I thank Dinesh for responding to me. And I thank every participant, every student. I wish you all good luck in your life. I hope you all become a big entrepreneur in your life and win laurels before getting into your life. I wish you all good luck. And was the session at least understandable?
Yes, sir. Me as well, my students got many informations regarding that entrepreneurship and regarding that new business idea, how we can take into our life. I hope each and every participants got many innovative things from your presentation. On behalf of my management, on behalf of my faculties, on my behalf of my dear students, I have to thank you wholeheartedly for your excellent presentation, sir. The presentation was quite good.
If the students have any doubt or any clarification, that they can interact at least now, so that they can clarify their doubts if so any. So they can be given a chance at least to clarify their doubts.
Sure, sir. I request the students, please switch on your mic and ask something about the presentation or about what is entrepreneurship, or if you have any doubt, yeah, simply you can please switch on your mic and please say your name to our speaker because he is eagerly want to know.
Hear from you. I'll be very happy to hear from you. Somebody could talk at least. Say hi. Okay. I think there's a shy bit of audience. Those who
I hope a student will be a student in each and everywhere in the university.
no, if it's
Sister Badasimti Jalan, are you there?
so anybody know, you can come over to Tamil Nadu. Always, you're all welcome. Tamil Nadu is a very good place to visit. I hope everybody at St. Joseph's University come and visit Tamil Nadu, Salem once. So I'll take you to good places. So at least some general talks like this.
I think Kaiko, are you in the meeting? If so, please switch on your mic. Radha Samakanam, please switch on your mic and just say your name.
About me. You know, I'm having a very bizarre appearance, no, with a lot of beard, mousse and all. I'm into a film shooting. I'm sorry for that, such appearance. I'm into a Malayalam film shooting. So I could not give my best presentation and appearance. So excuse me for that also. That might also frighten you.
Confirm, are you there? Please.
I'm in a shooting with Krishna Bhaskar Mangalaswari at Kottayam. So I have to be in this attire. Excuse me for
Sister
that.
Badasimti,
Nobody would like to
Sister
talk.
Badasimti.
Thank you, Chelladurai sir, and thank you, St. Joseph's University, for this wonderful opportunity. I thank each and everybody of you, and thank you so much.
Ma'am Lanuchila, are you there? If so, please unmute your mic. Yeah, please say something about the presentation of this speaker because he wants to know. He's eagerly waiting for our response.
I'm not getting your voice, sir.
Ma'am, are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please say something about the presentation because our speaker wants to know about the presentation.
Yeah. It was good, sir. Like I missed out the starting part because I had a class, no. So I joined very late. But overall, it was very good. Thank you, sir, for your time and thank you for everything. And best wishes for your future, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yeah, right. I said thank you. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.